Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Seems like a really good day to talk about sheer will or goals or New Year's resolutions or New Year's resolution traps. So, hi Ina. So today we are going to have a little conversation about free will and sheer will, and we're going to use New Year's resolutions and goals as a way to connect it together. So initially I was trying to figure out how can I talk about the New Year's resolution trap without actually talking about the New Year's resolution trap, when the idea came to me to maybe think about it from outside the trap by looking at the cage from outside the trap. So the first thing I did was I got really curious as to why New Year's resolutions always start on January 2nd or on a Monday, right? If you're going to start a new goal of some sort, it's almost always going to be on a Monday, and it's almost always going to be January 2nd. Which is actually a trap in itself, because the concept of giving up or deprivation pressures people into excessively doing the nasty thing, whatever it is, right up until the last minute, which actually isn't a very positive way to start the cycle. So I wanted to look at that. I also wanted to look at why people keep declaring the same goal, but really struggle to follow through. And why it seems to be the same 10 goals over and over and over and over again. And what is the why behind the goal? So I thought I would start by researching what are the most common New Year's resolutions and goals, and then I'll shift that from sheer will to free will. So obviously the most popular New Year's resolutions are about self-improvement, living healthier, getting happier, losing weight, exercising, stopping smoking, and reducing drinking. And to be very specific, the order that they go in from the number one most common New Year's resolution down to 10 is lose weight, get healthy or change your diet, get fit and exercise more, which those three really all go together, spend more time with family and friends, or maybe spend less time with family and friends, take care of your mental health, sort out your finances, pay off debts, cut back on spending, travel more, so have more fun, take up a new hobby, sport, or passion, be more environmentally friendly, and change careers or look for a new job. So we're going to start by looking at those goals from a place of free will and sheer will. And the first thing we're going to do is differentiate between free will and sheer will. So free will is the freedom to choose alternatives at any given time without any personal judgment or moral consequences. Whereas sheer will is continuing to try and try and try and try in the face of adversity, which is good if you're stranded on a rocky outcrop in the middle of a snowstorm. That's when willpower is muy bien. So when and why does willpower slowly become won't power? And I'm talking about the goal-oriented willpower, not the stranded on a rocky outcrop in the middle of winter type of willpower. So willpower is often associated with the belief around not enough or not good enough, or deprivation, or something is broken, needs to be fixed, lack or scarcity or punishment, or it's hard or it's uncomfortable. And when you come at a goal from this way of thinking, the chances of success are going to be limited at best. The willpower over time slowly becomes won't power because the foundation of the goal is built on sand. In other words, the why behind the goal hasn't been distinguished. That is super important. When the goal is created from a sense of neediness or desperation, or the belief that something is either broken or needs to be fixed, then the willpower game becomes the driving force that pushes the goal into existence. And the problem is with this way of thinking or creating is that the universe is going to push right back with equal amounts of desperate energy. It's Newton's third law. It states that every force has an equal and opposite reaction. So the energy you are creating around your goal or your New Year's resolution is going to be matched and resisted with equal amounts of energy from the universe, which is sort of the simple answer as to why New Year's resolutions and goals often don't work out. The more complex reason lies in uncovering the why beneath the belief of the goal or the New Year's resolution. And I'm going to give you some examples. So let's use the most popular New Year's resolution or goal that the entire fitness industry relies on every January. And that is the I am going to lose blank number of pesky pounds. And I'm going to get fit, and I'm going to throw away my fat clothes, and I'm going to return to my 20s physique, and I'm going to divorce my spouse and give away my children and marry Adonis and eat grapes on my private yacht named Wishful Thinking. Might have taken that a little bit too far. So prior to COVID, every fitness center relied heavily on the New Year's resolution memberships to pay all of their bills for the majority of the year. And I know this because I was a gym owner for many, many years. And guess how long those memberships would last before starting to collect dust? Any idea at all? 4 to 6 weeks. And we loved these clients because they were very low maintenance and they didn't cause any wear and tear on the equipment because they were never there after the first month. So just to be clear, just to be clear, there are lots of people who set lofty New Year's resolutions and succeed and maintain their goal, but they're not the majority. So why does it work for them and not for the majority? Because these individuals have established the deeper why behind the goal, behind the New Year's resolution. So the changes that they are aspiring to create for themselves are made from an intention. Instead of from a place of I have to, I need to, I have to fix it, not good enough, when I achieve such and such will happen. It's all very desperate and needy. So now let's look at this whole trap from a mindset and intention perspective versus a goals and willpower trap. And we'll start by establishing the difference between an intention and a goal. So simply put, an intention is the framework around the goal. The intention is like the big picture, and the goal is like an episode or a chapter. And the intention cannot be measured or qualified or quantified because it's infinite. Whereas a goal is 100% based on the destination. And it's all about what by when. It is finite. So I created a list of characteristics around mindset and intention, and a list of characteristics around goals and willpower to help support you when you start creating your next vision, when you come at it from a place of mindset and intention. Watch how it differs. So a mindset and intention is infinite. It's multi-dimensional. It's always in process. And it's like your garden that you're always fertilizing and tending to. It comes from a place of being, and it's a journey, always a journey. And it's a journey that's driven by your soul. It's clear and permanent and foundational, and it has a massive attitude of acceptance. There's no destination with an intention. It's for you. It comes from your values. It's internally driven, and it's internally driven from your essence. It's effortless and spontaneous and fluid and allowing and forgiving. And it gives you energy because you're letting go. You're letting go of the outcome. It's all about now. It's not about the past or the future. It's all about now, and it's driven by no thing. And I'm going to give you some examples of intentions so that you go, oh, I see what she's saying. Now let's look at that whole thing from a goals and willpower perspective. So goals are finite and linear, and they're time-based, and they very often include a self-sabotaging cycle. They can become your prison rather than your garden, because they're all about doing as opposed to being. It's all about a destination rather than a journey. It's driven by ego rather than your soul. And generally speaking, goals are difficult, they're temporary, they're fleeting. And that's why people lose 20 pounds, gain 30, lose 10 pounds, gain 15. So it's temporary, it's fleeting, it's a moving target. There's so much thinking involved. There's so much power required. It's usually for external reasons rather than internal reasons. It's driven by your survival mechanisms, and it's exhausting and structured and rigid and pushing and criticizing, and it takes a shit ton of energy. And there's a massive attachment to the outcome as opposed to just letting go. There's a lot of resistance, and here's an interesting piece. Goals and willpower are attached to past and future, not now. They're driven by action. So you can just imagine how you can shift energy if you create your goal or that thing that you desire from a place of intention. And I want to share with you quickly a story about a client of mine who lost 100 pounds. And this is perfectly, it's a perfect example of what happens when you set a goal from a place of intention. So this woman came to me, this is when I was in the fitness industry. She phoned me up and she said, I'd like to work with you for a year and I want to lose 100 pounds, which of course is a very lofty goal and requires a lot of different, has a lot of moving parts to it. So I said, sure, let's meet up and you can fill me in on what it is you're thinking and we can decide if we're a good fit. So we met, and one thing that was that I remember like yesterday was when I met her, when she walked into the office. She was obviously a large woman if she had 100 pounds to lose. And she was wearing the oldest, rattiest, worn out, oversized t-shirt and little thin, worn out cotton ginny pants and little flat shoes that had absolutely no support at all. Like, I mean, she was a walking example of not an athlete. And this little itty bitty teeny tiny gold watch. And I just remember it so intensely because I just thought, oh, this woman has a lot of work ahead of her. So she sat down and I asked her, so tell me exactly what is it you want to do? And she said, well, I'm 49 years old. 1 year from now, my birthday, this was August that we met. 1 year from now, I'm turning 50. And by the time I'm 50, I want to lose 100 pounds. And I said, why? And she said, because I want to be the best role model I can possibly be for my 2 teenage children. And in the state that I'm in right now, I'm not a very good role model. And I was like, already I like this person. So I said to her, okay, Tracy, the first thing I need you to do is give me a 2-week food journal. So write down every single thing that you eat, what time you eat it, how much, for 2 weeks so that I can analyze that and we can start with your diet and move into your exercise. And she's like, oh, no need. I already hired a nutritionist 2 months ago and I've already lost 25 pounds. And I was like, okay, I like this person even more. So we said, yes, absolutely. This is a great fit. I'd love to work with you. I can already tell that you're on the right path. So she wanted to work together twice a week for a year. And it was a really fun project because it kept moving and changing and moving and changing as the year continued. Started by walking on a treadmill. A couple months went by. She's like, do you think I could try jogging on the treadmill? Of course you can. Starts jogging on the treadmill. Then she's like, well, Do you think we could try jogging outside? Of course we can start jogging outside. So outside we go, we start doing a little bit of jogging, a couple months goes by. Do you think I could train for a 5K? Of course you can train for a 5K. So away we go, train for a 5K, a couple months goes by. Do you think we could train for a 10K? Yes, then a half marathon. And as the year progressed, the weight slowly came off, till the 1 year went by. And now it's August, and I said to Tracy, Tracy, I really want to take you out for lunch for your birthday and to celebrate your 100-pound weight loss, which she did. And so we went for a run first. And this is what struck me, was she now had on $150 pair of runners, $150 pair of running tights, a wicking shirt, a running baseball cap, heart rate monitor and heart rate watch, and Oakley sunglasses. What a transformation. And the last part of my story that's so fun is I remember saying to her, you know, Tracy, we've been together for a year, twice a week and more. You've lost 100 pounds. And I just want to ask you, how could you afford to do this? You're a single mom with 2 teenage kids, and you've been able to hire a personal trainer and a nutritionist. And she just got a cute little smirk on her face, and she said, oh Mia, I'm a Harlequin romance writer, which is a pretty cool thing. So here's the thing. So if the intention is the why behind the goal, what does that look like? So I've created some generic examples for you so that you can understand a little bit better. So Tracy's intention was to be the best role model she could be for her kids. And then everything she did around weight loss fell under that intention. It became effortless because the intention was so much bigger than the goal. I hope this makes sense. Here's some more examples. My intention is to see what I'm capable of when I remove the constraints of time and expectations. My intention is to love my body from a place of health, movement, and clarity. My intention is to move, nourish, rest, and respect daily. My intention is to be proud of myself, not my body. Those are just some examples of intentions that could be used around a weight loss goal. So I'd like to challenge each one of you, whether you're watching this live or whether it's a recording, to make 2022 your breakout year from a place of intentions rather than goals. Set your goals and make them lofty, but do it from a place of intention and see how the energy shifts. Notice how the pressure is reduced or released. And explore as many ways as you possibly can to bring the goal to life, but do it from a place of intention. And for goodness sake, start today, or start on Thursday, April 17th, or on Easter Friday, or next Saturday, or August 16th. But don't wait till Monday. Don't wait till January 2nd, because that's a trap. So this work, this coaching work, this transformational work, this personal growth work is all about shifting energy and beliefs so you can create your desired reality rather than your current reality. And I would love to be the one to help. So if you feel connected to any of this work or any of these live videos, you can reach out to me. There's a link tree in my bio that will allow you to access any of the work that I do, or you can just reach out and direct message me and we can connect. This will be turned into a Spotify episode on Thursday, so I will definitely send a message out around that. And I want to close. I always start these lives with Robin Sharma's intention of the day, but today I wanted to finish because the daily inspiration is so relevant for our talk today, which was about intention. So it goes like this. People who are not willing to set an intention for all they want from life and then to boldly pursue it are ultimately people with much fear stirring within their hearts. Don't let your fears deny your freedom. So as always, thank you so much for watching, whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching it as a recording. It's always my honor to be able to share and to teach from a place of experience and hopefully a little bit of wisdom. So have a happy and a great Tuesday, and I'll see you for the next live, which I have no idea when it is or what it will be, but when it is, I will let you know. See you, Ina. Thank you for joining, and we will talk to you soon.